Welcome to Organic Health Hub, your trusted source for all things related to natural health and well-being. Today we're embarking on an exciting journey, delving into the world of nerve health. We'll unveil the 6 best oils for nerve damage, each backed by compelling scientific research. If you're searching for natural solutions to ease discomfort and enhance your nerve well-being, you're in for a treat. In this episode, we're not only going to introduce you to these remarkable oils, but also explore their specific benefits, practical applications, and how they can transform your approach to nerve care. So stick around to unlock the full potential of these essential oils. And if you value this information as much as we do, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our expert health advice. Get ready for a deep dive into the world of nerve health. Let's begin. Before we dive into the oils that can provide relief, let's get acquainted with the fundamentals of nerve damage. If you do not want to get to these details, feel free to skip to the next chapter in the timeline where we dive into the top 6 oils. Nerve damage, also known as neuropathy, can stem from various sources, be it diabetes, injuries, or underlying medical conditions. Nerves, the intricate messengers within our bodies, facilitate the transmission of signals between the brain and the rest of our system. When nerves are compromised, they can manifest in an array of sensations, from tingling and numbness to piercing pain. A solid understanding of the foundations equips us to make informed choices for alleviating these symptoms. Nerve damage is a complex condition that can result from a variety of factors. It occurs when the peripheral nerves that carry messages to and from the brain and spinal cord become damaged. These nerves play a crucial role in our overall well-being, as they enable us to feel and control various bodily functions. When these nerves are compromised, it can lead to a range of uncomfortable and sometimes debilitating symptoms. The underlying causes of nerve damage can vary widely, including high blood sugar levels can damage nerve fibers, leading to diabetic neuropathy. Physical trauma, such as car accidents or falls, can cause nerve damage. Some infections, like shingles or Lyme disease, can affect the nervous system. Conditions like multiple sclerosis can lead to nerve damage. Certain medications, especially chemotherapy drugs, can cause neuropathy as a side effect. Lack of essential nutrients like vitamin B12 can contribute to nerve problems. Understanding these potential causes is the first step in addressing nerve damage. It's essential to consult with a healthcare professional to determine the underlying cause of your symptoms and develop an appropriate treatment plan. Essential oils have been revered for centuries for their health benefits. These concentrated extracts, derived from plants, harbor a treasure trove of bioactive compounds with therapeutic properties. From anti-inflammatory and analgesic effects to calming and soothing benefits, essential oils offer a holistic approach to managing nerve damage symptoms. Their potential to enhance our quality of life stems from their ability to address the root causes of nerve-related discomfort. Essential oils have been used for centuries for their various health benefits. These potent extracts are derived from plants and contain concentrated compounds that can have a significant impact on our well-being. Our journey into the world of nerve-relieving oils commences with lavender oil. Lavender oil, derived from the lavender plant, is renowned for its calming and soothing properties. It has a long history of use in aromatherapy and traditional medicine for its ability to promote relaxation and reduce stress. One of the key benefits of lavender oil is its anti-inflammatory properties. Inflammation is often a contributing factor to nerve discomfort, and lavender oil's anti-inflammatory effects can help reduce swelling and inflammation around affected nerves. There are several ways to use lavender oil for nerve relief. Inhaling the aroma of lavender oil through a diffuser, or by placing a few drops on a tissue, can promote relaxation and ease nerve-related stress. Diluting lavender oil with a carrier oil such as coconut or almond oil and applying it to the affected area can provide localized relief. Bath soak. Adding a few drops of lavender oil to your bath can create a calming and soothing experience, beneficial for nerve discomfort. Lavender oil is generally considered safe for most people, but it's essential to dilute it before applying it to the skin, especially if you have sensitive skin. As with any essential oil, it's wise to perform a patch test first to ensure you don't have an adverse reaction. Peppermint oil takes the stage as our second contender, celebrated for its cooling sensation. Ideal for tackling nerve pain, this oil can be applied topically to the affected area. With analgesic properties in its arsenal, peppermint oil earns its place as a valuable component of our natural remedy toolkit. Peppermint oil, derived from the peppermint plant, is well known for its invigorating and cooling effects. It contains a compound called menthol, which gives it a distinctive and refreshing scent. When it comes to nerve damage, peppermint oil offers several benefits. Peppermint oil's analgesic properties can provide relief from nerve-related pain. When applied topically, it creates a cooling sensation that can help soothe discomfort. Like lavender oil, peppermint oil also has anti-inflammatory properties which can reduce inflammation and swelling around affected nerves. Peppermint oil has a vasodilating effect, meaning it can help widen blood vessels and improve circulation. This can be beneficial for promoting blood flow to nerves, aiding in their recovery. To use peppermint oil for nerve relief, it's essential to dilute it with a carrier oil, as it can be potent and may cause skin irritation if applied directly. Once diluted, you can apply it to the affected area and gently massage it in. The cooling sensation and pain-relieving properties can provide relief from nerve discomfort. Our exploration continues with frankincense oil, a name synonymous with anti-inflammatory and regenerative prowess. This oil stands out as a potential guardian of overall nerve health. Whether used in isolation or in harmony with other oils, frankincense oil boasts the capacity to make a significant impact. Frankincense oil, derived from the resin of the boswellia tree, has a rich history of use in traditional medicine. It's prized for its ability to reduce inflammation and promote healing, making it a valuable asset for nerve damage management. Here's how frankincense oil can benefit those dealing with nerve discomfort. Frankincense oil contains compounds that can effectively reduce inflammation around damaged nerves, helping to alleviate discomfort. This oil has regenerative properties that may support the repair and rejuvenation of nerve tissue. It can aid in the healing process, potentially leading to improved nerve function. Frankincense oil's soothing and calming effects can provide relief from nerve-related stress and anxiety, which often accompany nerve damage. Frankincense oil can be used topically by diluting it with a carrier oil and applying it to the affected area. You can also diffuse it for aromatherapy benefits. Incorporating frankincense oil into your natural remedy regimen may contribute to better nerve health and overall well-being. Chamomile oil, celebrated for its soothing qualities, is another valuable asset in our journey. Its calming effects can ease nerve-related discomfort, promoting relaxation and well-being. Whether applied topically or inhaled as an essential oil, chamomile oil is worth considering. Chamomile oil, derived from the chamomile plant, has a reputation for its calming and soothing properties. It's often used in teas and skincare products for its gentle and relaxing effects. When it comes to nerve damage, chamomile oil offers several advantages. Chamomile oil's calming properties can help reduce nerve-related stress and anxiety, contributing to a sense of relaxation and well-being. Like other essential oils we've discussed, chamomile oil possesses anti-inflammatory properties that can aid in reducing nerve inflammation and discomfort. Chamomile oil is gentle on the skin and can be used topically to alleviate localized nerve discomfort. There are multiple ways to incorporate chamomile oil into your routine. Aromatherapy through diffusers or inhalation can promote relaxation. Diluting the oil and applying it topically to the affected area can provide localized relief. Additionally, using skincare products containing chamomile oil may be beneficial for those dealing with nerve-related skin discomfort. In the penultimate stretch of our journey, we explore eucalyptus oil, prized for its analgesic qualities. Eucalyptus oil, obtained from the leaves of the eucalyptus tree, is renowned for its refreshing and invigorating scent. It's widely recognized for its therapeutic properties, particularly in providing relief from various types of pain and discomfort. Here's how eucalyptus oil can benefit those dealing with nerve discomfort. Eucalyptus oil contains compounds that have analgesic properties, making it effective in providing relief from nerve-related pain and discomfort. Its anti-inflammatory effects can reduce inflammation around affected nerves, contributing to overall relief. Eucalyptus oil creates a cooling sensation when applied, which can be soothing for irritated nerves. To use eucalyptus oil for nerve relief, dilute it with a carrier oil to avoid skin irritation. Once diluted, you can apply it topically to the affected area and gently massage it in. The cooling and pain-relieving properties of eucalyptus oil can provide relief from nerve discomfort. Our voyage culminates with Helichrysum Oil, celebrated for its anti-inflammatory and regenerative attributes. As we've explored the 6 best oils for nerve damage, Helichrysum Oil emerges as a potent advocate for overall nerve health. Its potential to reduce inflammation and foster nerve regeneration is worth harnessing. Helichrysum Oil, derived from the Helichrysum italicum plant, is a lesser-known but potent essential oil with a range of therapeutic benefits. It's gained recognition for its ability to reduce inflammation and promote tissue regeneration, making it a valuable ally in managing nerve damage. Here's how Helichrysum oil can benefit those dealing with nerve discomfort. Helichrysum oil's anti-inflammatory properties can help reduce nerve inflammation and associated discomfort. This oil has regenerative properties that may support the repair and healing of nerve tissue, potentially improving nerve function. Helichrysum oil is gentle on the skin and can be applied topically to alleviate localized nerve discomfort. When using Helichrysum oil, it's advisable to dilute it with a carrier oil to ensure safe application. You can apply it topically to the affected area or incorporate it into your aromatherapy routine for relaxation and nerve support. In conclusion, the world of essential oils offers a natural and evidence-backed approach to managing nerve damage symptoms. These oils, each with its unique properties, have the potential to enhance your quality of life. Before we part ways, we'd like to hear from you. What are your thoughts on today's discussion? Which oil resonated with you the most, and how would you incorporate it into your wellness routine? Share your opinions and ideas in the comments below. Your input fuels our commitment to delivering expert health guidance. Thank you for joining us. If you found this video valuable, please support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to Organic Health Hub. Feel free to share your questions, experiences, or topics you'd like us to explore in future videos in the comments section below. Explore these other videos from our channel too.